course. So I have a disease called graft versus host, and I lost my eyesight fully about 18 months ago. Um, and it did affect me for a while, but then I kind of had a bit of a change of mindset of how I didn't want it to affect me. Um, Hence where the music's coming very handy for me and keeping my mindset good. But day-to-day life, I just try and do as best that I can. And yeah, I really try not to let it affect me, if anything. Yeah, just got to live life. I started playing guitar around about when I was 14. I'm 28 now, so it's been a while. I always loved music, but I was more into like my sports. I was always outdoors, and unfortunately, I had to have a double lung transplant when I was 14 as well. So I had to stop playing sports, and I couldn't do much, and my lung capacity was down to like 6%. So I was pretty much had to stay on in bed or on the couch all day, and to keep my mind occupied. I still to this day don't know why, but there was a guitar in the house, and nobody plays music in my house apart at that time. And I still to this day don't know where it came from. I think it only had like 4 strings on or something as well. It wasn't a full guitar, and I just started just moving my hand up and down really, and it just kept me busy and started playing little riffs like Happy Birthday or Seven Nation Army, just the the Smoke on the Water, the usual kind of beginner songs. And from that moment, I just fell in love with music, and it just became my number one passion in life, really.
Yeah, and the rest is history, eh? The rest is history. So I've heard you're in a band.
I am, yes.
Yeah. How long have you been in Chasing Shadows? Is that right?
Chasing Shadows, yeah. It's like we're like brothers now. It's family. We've been that long. I think it's coming up to 8 years. So we're not far off our 10-year anniversary soon. So we'll have to do something big for that. So Chasing Shadows started. I also teach guitar, and I was teaching one of the other band members at the time, and I just came out of a band, and I wasn't really looking to do anything else. But Ben, the other guitarist, asked if I could do an open mic with him, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll play a few songs. And from that, we got a wedding, and then we were like, wow, we've got to find, and we only do like 2 songs together, and the wedding was like in about 4 weeks, and we need to learn a whole set list. So we decided to get some drums and bass, so that's where Chris on drums and Russ came in. Yeah, and we just went forward from there. So we play our own songs, which is like indie rock, influenced by Stereophonics, Oasis, Foo Fighters, bands like that, really. And we try and gig as much as we can. All our music is on social media. Little plug there, but I love it. It's like I say, it's just so amazing being a band with my 3 best mates. It's incredible.
Yeah, no, that sounds really good. And you also teach guitar as well, don't you?
I do, yes. I teach guitar and ukulele. I've actually got my guitar right here in my hand there. This is where I teach, and I've done that for a number of years now. It's a massive passion for me because I get such a kick out of youngsters who want to start guitar, learn a new skill in life, or people with disabilities. Also, I teach some of them. Also, people later on in life who have always wanted to learn the guitar, and they think, you know what, it's time. I teach people in their, like I say, all ages really. So it's really one of my favorite things to do. I love it.
That's great. And as you've lost your sight kind of more so in the last couple of years, have you had to adapt your teaching in any way?
I have, yeah. When I lost my sight as well, I was kind of, just before I lost my sight, I was doing lessons face to face, which I still do, but then COVID happened. So it was quite hard to adjust to doing them over online, FaceTime, Zooms, whatever.
Yeah.
So that was kind of difficult, but it worked really well quick, because then, like I do in everyday life, I had to use my ears and my other senses a lot more. Same when I had to kind of learn a few different instruments, because I'm a bit of a jack of all trades, master of none, and can play piano and drums, but I'm not, like, guitar's my main instrument, but I'm relearning them. Like the piano was difficult, relearning that, because my eyes a lot more for that, because I was comfortable. But then losing it, it was really strange to adjust and kind of have to relearn things in a different way. But I actually think it's made me a better musician, because I have to listen more, I have to feel more, I have to really be on point with everything. So it's actually been, to push me forward, it's been massive, because I think I became a bit stale as a musician, because I relied on my eyesight so much, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
If
feeling, isn't it? So we shouldn't rely on our eyesight too much.
Exactly, and it is taken for granted.
Yes.
If you could give any advice to, say, a young person with a visual impairment who's thinking about getting into music, thinking about learning an instrument, but they're a bit nervous, they see some barriers in front of them, what would you have any advice you'd give to them?
Absolutely, like, please just give it a go. Like, there's a few things over the music that I've had that feelings for with my eyesight. I think I don't, but I've never regretted it. And if music's something you're looking to get into, there really is nothing that can stop you apart from yourself. Don't think that you can't do it, because you can. It might have to be done in a slightly different way. It might take a little bit longer. It might not. You can surprise yourself. But I promise you, if you love music and you want to learn an instrument, please try and make it happen, because it's one of the best. It's one of the best things that I've ever done. And like I said, it kind of happened by accident for me.
Yeah.
Just random guitar, but now I've been able to make a career living out of it, and I honestly don't know what I would do without music in my life. So I would honestly suggest that please just give it a go and see how you get on, because you might never regret it.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Sam, for those words of advice, and thank you for speaking with us.
No, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.